You're going to like. You're trading me Jamar and T as a package deal to a team that actually gives a shit about us? No. Just open your eyes. Dexter Lawrence? So, what's he doing here? Is he lost? We traded for him. You guys actually made a good trade?
We'd like to think so.
What did you have to give up? Yeah, see, that part you might not love. We had to give up the 10th overall pick.
The Bengals. The Bengals are being Bengals.
That's awesome. Really? Yeah, you guys suck at drafting anyway. Well, all right, I don't know about that. I do. You guys are awful at it. I feel like I'm back in middle school.
Makes sense, but they drafted your ass and they drafted your wide receivers. They ain't that bad at drafting. They just that bad at coaching them up and putting that shit together on the field and getting that shit together in the front office and paying their guys when they're supposed to pay their guys before they're supposed to pay their guys. And also making sure that they can create great relationships with their the edge defenders. Like, that's the problem. The problem ain't drafting. The problem, they've had a bunch of great draft picks over the years that I've been watching football. Chad Johnson, so many guys, man. TJ Houshmandzadeh, Carson Palmer. Like, they've had a plethora amount of guys. Even Montez Burfict was nice. They've had some squads, man. They've had some squads. So it's not picking the players. It's putting the players in the right position when it's needed. It's the front office paying their guys when it's needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you get a guy like Carson Palmer that say, I'm willing to retire than play for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's sad.
Blow, kaboom. Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom, kablow, kaboom. Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
Yeah, man. So
every time I hit the hookah.
Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the let's go ahead and take a look and see what the lineup, what the draft lineup looks like now. Let's go ahead and double back. Look at this shit, man. Look what they've done. Look at what they've done. So now updated, this was updated yesterday. He's saying Francis Marioga. Okay. So they get to go O-line to protect Jackson Dart. I think that's cool, but I don't think protecting Jackson Dart offensive line wise is what's needed. Jackson Dart needs to protect himself. I think he's mobile enough where you can maybe trust the guys that you brought in the free agency, maybe trust a guy maybe later in the draft. But hey, that's your guy, that's your guy. I would more so see Francis for the Cleveland Browns, for a quarterback that's going to sit in that pocket, and he's going to use every second of time he got in that pocket to find his open guy. That's what Shador needs. To be honest, Shador needs a fucking Trent Williams. You know, he needs a Chris Samuels. He needs a Laramie Tunsil. He needs that guy on that left tackle that's the fucking anchor, man. That's what Shador needs, because Shador holds the ball longer than longer than other pocket passing quarterbacks. Let's get out of like fuck analytics, bro. Like, let's get into real-lytics. Real-lytics is, I can't compare Shador against a Jayden Daniels, against some of these guys in the league, because Shador is not as mobile as they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shador sits in the pocket and he's looking for the pass downfield, whether these guys are running the ball more. Like, Jayden Daniels, his first year, he ran the ball so many, like, I think it had to be over almost 600. I think I'm short balling it. Probably 800 yards rushing for Jayden Daniels in his first year as a rookie. You know, Shador would never see those numbers. Impossible. Shador needs a guy that's going to be that anchor on the left side. They're going to hold shit down. PPP, nigga. You dig what I'm saying? So this This little mock draft got Francis going to the Giants, and then he got Jordan Tyson going to the Giants at number 10. Now, if they do go this route, at least for the next year or two, I'm comfortable because I feel okay because Francis got some work to do. You know, a lot of offensive linemen coming into the league got work to do. It's just the growing pains. You know, am I willing to go through that for the next two years or so? I'm cool. And Francis probably be an all-pro years 3 through 10. You know, but I'm willing to go through. I'm cool with that. There are other, you know, mock drafts where they got, you know, the New York Giants taking Jordan Tyson right here at number 5. And then doubling back at number 10, taking Sonny Styles. Now, that's a problem. That's a problem that the Washington Commanders do not want to deal with. The Washington Commanders do not have enough. Our biggest, even though all the fans, we want a wide receiver, which rightfully so, we need to flood Jayden Daniels with talent at the umpteenth level. Our biggest need on the team is cornerback. It's cornerback. And we're going to get to it later into the year, man, training camp and all that. We're going to talk about the players who are on the outskirts, like Mikey Sammerstill, like Brandon Coleman, and a couple others, Doris Armstrong. There's a couple of guys, or even guys like Quan Martin. You know what I'm saying? So there are guys that are like on the fence. There are guys who you need to step it up. You need to perform, bro. Like your job is on the line. You know what I'm saying? Your future as being a commander is much in jeopardy. There's a couple of guys, man. You know, Allegretti, I think they just re-up on Allegretti, but shit, you can still be gone, bro. You know, there's a couple of guys. There's, wide receiver Luke McCaffrey, like you cool with the ownership. I mean, you cool with the front office. You got family connections. But what the fuck going on with you, bro? Like, it feel like Luke is being ignored, maybe because of personality, maybe because of, you know, back. I don't know what it is. And last year they started getting him the role of being kick return and all that. And it seemed like they tried to pigeonhole Luke McCaffrey as being a kick return guy instead of using him just as much as you would if he wasn't a kick return guy on the offensive side of the football at a wide receiver position. Sometimes he was put in there just because we needed him. We had no other bodies to put in there. But Luke McCaffrey, we end up putting him at kick return. And then, as you can see, week in, week out, Luke would start trying to do things that were abnormal to how Luke played football. Luke tried to overdo it. He tried to do too much. And that's what happens when you got a young guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's, you know, probably a good guy all his life. And then it's like, he's trying to figure out, why are these people ignoring me? Why are they ignoring my talent that I came here for? I came here to be a wide receiver. Why aren't they focusing on me? And I feel you, bro. Like Luke McCaffrey, bro. Like, I've seen you plenty of times be open. I don't give a fuck where the play's supposed to go. Bro, be open. So if I can see that, I know y'all can see that on all 22. I don't care where the play was supposed to go. How about you now, because he got open on that particular play against that particular formation, how about you now try to create those scenarios in future games to now be successful and get that completion to my guy Luke McCaffrey? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But there are a lot of guys who are on the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And I already feel like AP is going away from all those Dan Quinnites. You know, one of the last Dan Quinnites is Doris Armstrong, but Doris Armstrong actually showed some production. But Doris Armstrong also showed the same production that Dante Fowler showed. Dante Fowler was allowed, like, if Dante Fowler was allowed to play reckless, Dante Fowler was allowed to do whatever he wanted to do on that defense, on that defensive line. He was allowed to rush the passer any way he wanted to rush the passer. You dig what I'm saying? Now, if Chase Young if Chase Young was a defensive end playing in Dan Quinn's defense, I think Chase Young will still be here because Chase Young will be putting up numbers. Chase Young will be able to freelance and kind of do what he feels and kind of take over the game in ways that he wants to take over the game. But we all know him here, Ron Rivera, there's certain feelings towards one another that, were inexplainable. I can explain it, but this ain't the time to do it. We try to move on. But Dante Fowler, like them sacks were fool sacks. Like they were not real sacks. Yeah, you got over 10 sacks for us. Cool, thank you. But they weren't really impactful. Doris Armstrong, you played in Dan Quinn's system before, so you know how to get yours, man. I'm tired of all these Dan Quinnites knowing how to get what they need just enough to make themselves look good to bring back the next season. So I'm satisfied with Adam Peters getting away from all the Dan Quinnites and saying, Dan Quinn, we're going to have to coach up the best players available moving forward, not guys who are comfortable with your system, who are comfortable with you as a coach and who you're comfortable with, vice versa. So I do appreciate Adam Peters for getting in that kitchen and cooking up and trying to cook some good greens up, man. He's trying to, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see Adam Peters trade down on that first day, man. I think Adam Peters has enough, I think Adam Peters does have enough finessing to where he can get over on guys like, guys like the Dolphins, organization, or even the Jets organization. I won't be surprised if the Baltimore Ravens want to move up. I won't be surprised if the Baltimore Ravens want to move up. At the end of the day, man, I know AP done did 1,000 of these motherfucking mock drafts, man, and he ready to go. He ready to hit gas, and he ready to see who's available and who's been bluffing. Man, shout out to AP, man. I know you've been working hard. Shout out everybody that been covering the Commanders up until this point, man. It's a celebration, man. It's a celebration. It's a celebration tomorrow, man. NFL draft, 2026 NFL draft. And tomorrow morning around 10:30, we're going to run the final mock draft, man. Tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning, we're going to run the final mock draft. And we're going to do a speed 7-round pick. I'm going to keep that shit under like 10, 12 minutes. Straight up. Get into it. Make the trades back up. Move in. Get your guy. Let's go, man. If you've been watching the video to this point, man, I appreciate you. Shout out to y'all, man. You watched another video on Paint Points. Today we covered the Bengals and much more. Man, hey, like, comment, subscribe. Beat up that comment section, man. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Let's go.